Hey, it's April from OTH Crochet Nook, and today I'm going to show you how to make this gorgeous classic granny square. It is so easy and perfect for beginners. If you've never made a square, this is the one. Grab a 5mm hook for this project and also some worsted weight yarn. I am using Brava. This is available on crochet.com. I'm going to be using the colorway Gingerbread. I think this is going to be the name for my project. I'm also using Brava Tweed, which is also available on crochet.com in the colorway Wren. Start with our chain 5, and we're going to slip stitch in the first chain. This will make a circle, and we're going to be working in that circle. I'm very sorry, I'm not a magic circle girly, so if you want to make a magic circle, please go ahead. We're going to start with round 1, and this will be all in the circle. We're going to chain 3, which is going to represent your first double crochet. That will make sense shortly. You're going to do 2 double crochets right beside it, and then you're going to chain 2. So this is the first round, kind of making your corners. It's going to have 4 corners in this round that will begin the granny square. So now following that, you're going to continue with your 3 double crochets and chain 2. And you're going to be doing that so that it makes a square. And you're going to have 4 corners, and we're going to be working in the chain 2 spaces for the second round. So keep continuing 3 double crochet, chain 2, 4 times in total. So there are your corners, there are your chain 2 spaces, and round 2 is going to be worked in only those chain 2 spaces. Now in round 2, the funny thing is your yarn is not exactly where you want it to be to work in that space. So we're going to chain 4 so we can stretch over to that chain 2 space. And this will all make sense at the very last stitch of this round. So you're going to go ahead and make corners only for this round. And that is 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. That is your corners for this entire square. Every time you make a corner, it's 3DC, chain 2, 3DC. So you'll always remember that. So you're going to keep repeating that until you finish this square. And again, this round is only corners. You're making 4 corners in this entire round. So I want to bring you back to the end of this so I can show you how the chain 4 stitch works. So you've done all your 3 corners there. You're about to finish your last corner. You've done your 3DC chain 2. And now we're going to add 2 double crochets, and we're going to slip stitch in the second chain of that chain 4 that you made at the beginning of this round. So half of that chain 4 represents a double crochet in that last corner that you made. So now we've joined and we are ready to start round 3. Now this is perfect because your yarn is exactly where it needs to be, because we're going to be working in those chain 2 spaces again, which you're doing for the entire pattern. For every round, it's always chain 2 spaces. So you're going to chain 3, and you're going to add 2 double crochets in that first chain 2 space. That is a cluster, so that chain 2 at the beginning of that round actually represents a double crochet. We're going to chain 2, and now we've hit a corner. So now we know what to do. It's 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So that is a corner there, and then you'll chain 2 and do another cluster. So in this round, you are doing corners, 1 cluster, corners, 1 cluster, corners, 1 cluster, etc. That's what this round is. There's 1 cluster in between each corner. So you can see that there is a cluster there, a corner, and then a cluster. So you're going to be repeating that all the way around until you get to the end. And this one's perfect because it fastens off really nicely. You can finish this corner with your 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, and you can just slip stitch in the top of that chain 2 that you made at the beginning, and that makes that a nice clean finish for that round. So now we're working with round 4. And this again is not where it's supposed to be because we need to be working in the chain 2 spaces. So we're going to do our chain 4 again and work in that chain 2 space. And for this round, it's going to look like 2 clusters and a corner. So it's going to be a double crochet cluster, a double crochet cluster, and then your corner. And that's going to be repeated 4 times all the way around. And you'll see that work up really quickly, just like this. So we've got your corner, cluster, cluster, corner, cluster, cluster, and we're going to keep going all the way around, and that is how this round will be finished. Again, this is such a mindless project. You can do this while watching TV, which I love projects like that. So at the end of this round, we are going to just do the same thing we did with our chain 4, but it's in a cluster. So we're doing 2 double crochets and then slip stitch in the second chain of that chain 4 we did at the beginning of this round. That finishes it off nicely. You can absolutely keep going. You can make a full blanket in this pattern. Just keep going in the exact same pattern. Put corners in corners and clusters in all the chain 2 spaces. But that is how easy this granny square is. I can't wait to finish this project. As I'm filming this, it is very hot outside. It is the middle of summer, but I cannot wait for fall and all the cozy. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more quick tutorials. All my patterns are free all the time. othcrochetnook.ca.